Podcasting has become one of the fastest-growing digital businesses in Kenya. More people are listening to podcasts while commuting, working, exercising, or relaxing at home. Businesses are also looking for new ways to advertise beyond traditional radio and television. This has created a great opportunity for Kenyan entrepreneurs who want to build a profitable podcast business. The good news is that you do not need millions of shillings to get started. With the right equipment, useful content, consistency, and patience, you can build a podcast that attracts thousands of listeners and earns a steady income. Whether you want to discuss business, farming, technology, health, education, relationships, sports, politics, entertainment, or personal finance, there is an audience waiting for quality content. The first step is choosing a clear niche. Many beginners make the mistake of talking about everything. Instead, focus on one area where you have knowledge or genuine interest. A business podcast can interview successful entrepreneurs. A farming podcast can teach modern farming methods. A career podcast can help young people find jobs and improve their skills. A focused podcast grows faster because listeners know exactly what to expect. After choosing your niche, identify your target audience. Ask yourself who will benefit from your content. Are they university students, farmers, business owners, parents, professionals, or young entrepreneurs? Understanding your audience helps you create episodes that solve real problems instead of simply talking for long periods. Choose a memorable podcast name that is easy to pronounce and remember. It should also reflect your topic. Create a simple logo and cover image that looks professional. Your branding should be consistent across your podcast platforms and social media pages. Planning your episodes before recording is very important. Prepare a list of topics for at least the first 20 episodes. This helps you remain consistent even when you become busy. Every episode should educate, entertain, inspire, or solve a problem. Listeners continue following podcasts that consistently provide value. Starting a podcast does not require expensive equipment. A good USB microphone or a quality smartphone microphone can produce excellent sound. You also need headphones to monitor your audio while recording. If your budget allows, consider purchasing a microphone costing between Kenya shillings 5,000 and Kenya shillings 15,000. A pair of headphones may cost between Kenya shillings 2,000 and Kenya shillings 6,000. You also need a quiet recording space. You do not need to rent an expensive studio immediately. Many successful podcasters started by recording in their bedrooms or home offices. Reduce background noise by closing windows, switching off fans when possible, and using curtains, carpets, cushions, or foam panels to reduce echo. A computer is helpful for editing, although many smartphones can also edit audio using mobile applications. Popular editing software includes free and paid options that allow you to remove mistakes, improve sound quality, and add music or introductions. Spend time learning basic editing because clear audio keeps listeners engaged. Create an attractive introduction and ending for every episode. Your introduction should briefly explain what the podcast is about and what listeners will learn. The ending should encourage listeners to subscribe, leave reviews, share the episode, and follow your social media pages. Consistency is one of the biggest secrets to success. Decide whether you will publish one episode every week or every 2 weeks. Avoid disappearing for months because your audience may lose interest. Publishing on the same day each week helps listeners know when to expect new episodes. Your episode titles should be interesting and easy to understand. Instead of using vague titles, clearly explain what listeners will gain. For example, 5 business mistakes every new entrepreneur should avoid is more attractive than simply writing business tips. Podcast hosting platforms store your audio files and distribute them to major listening platforms. Once uploaded, your episodes can appear on services such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, and many other podcast directories. This increases your chances of reaching listeners in Kenya and across the world. Promotion is just as important as recording. Many excellent podcasts fail because nobody knows they exist. Share short clips on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, LinkedIn, and WhatsApp. Create eye-catching graphics and short videos highlighting interesting moments from each episode. Video clips often attract more attention than audio alone. A website can also help your podcast business grow. Publish articles related to each episode so that people searching on search engines can discover your content. You can also collect email addresses and send newsletters whenever a new episode is released. Networking with other podcasters is another smart strategy. Invite guests with experience in your niche. Guests often share episodes with their own audiences helping you reach new listeners. You can also appear as a guest on other podcasts to introduce yourself to different audiences. Building an audience takes time. Do not become discouraged if your first episodes receive only a few downloads. Most successful podcasters spent months or even years growing loyal audiences. Focus on improving each episode rather than chasing quick success. There are many ways to make money from a podcast. Advertising is one of the most common methods. Companies pay podcasters to promote products or services during episodes. The larger and more engaged your audience becomes, the higher your advertising rates can be. You can also earn money through sponsorships. Instead of one-time advertisements, businesses may sponsor an entire season or several episodes. Sponsors prefer podcasts whose listeners match their target customers. Affiliate marketing is another excellent income source. You recommend products or services using special referral links. Whenever someone buys through your link, you receive a commission. Choose products that genuinely benefit your audience to build long-term trust. Selling your own products can generate even more income. If you teach business, you can sell online courses, books, consulting services, or coaching programs. If your podcast focuses on farming, you can sell seedlings, farming guides, or agricultural training. A podcast becomes a powerful marketing tool for your own business. Some podcasters earn money through memberships where loyal listeners pay monthly for bonus episodes, exclusive interviews, or private communities. Others receive direct financial support from listeners who appreciate their content. Live events are becoming increasingly popular. Once you build a loyal audience, you can organize workshops, seminars, networking events, or live podcast recordings. Ticket sales and sponsorships can create additional revenue streams. Understanding your audience is essential for long-term success. Review your podcast statistics regularly. Study which episodes receive the highest downloads, longest listening times, and most shares. Use this information to improve future content. Good communication skills matter more than having a perfect voice. Speak clearly, naturally, and confidently. Avoid reading every word from a script. Instead, prepare notes and have genuine conversations that sound relaxed and authentic. Legal and business requirements should not be ignored. If your podcast grows into a commercial business, register your business with the relevant government authorities, obtain the required tax registrations, and comply with any applicable licensing or intellectual property rules. If you use music, sound effects, or other creative works, ensure you have permission or appropriate licenses to avoid copyright problems. As your income increases, reinvest part of your earnings into better equipment. Upgrading your microphone, camera for video podcasts, lighting, editing software, and recording space can significantly improve production quality. Professional presentation helps attract larger sponsors and more listeners. Artificial intelligence tools can also improve your workflow. They can help generate episode ideas, transcribe audio into text, create social media posts, write summaries, and improve search visibility. However, your personal experience, opinions, and storytelling remain the most valuable parts of your podcast. Many Kenyan businesses are looking for trusted voices to promote their brands. If your audience trusts your recommendations, companies will see value in working with you. Protect that trust by only promoting products and services you genuinely believe in. Patience is one of the greatest investments in podcasting. Very few podcasts become profitable overnight. Most successful creators built their audiences one episode at a time. Every recording improves your confidence, communication, and production skills. Starting a podcast business in Kenya is one of the most affordable digital businesses available today. With an initial investment of approximately Kenya shillings 10,000 to Kenya shillings 50,000, depending on the equipment you choose, you can launch a professional podcast from home. Focus on solving problems, creating valuable conversations, publishing consistently, and promoting your episodes regularly. As your audience grows, your opportunities for sponsorships, advertising, product sales, consulting, and partnerships will also continue to expand, turning your passion for speaking into a sustainable and profitable business.